This video is all about why perfectionism is cock blocking your success. And yes, I can't believe I just said cock blocking. So my name is Anna Rogers, and I decided to start creating videos every single day for the next 30 days. And let me tell you what, this has been probably one of the best things that I have done in terms of getting over my perfectionism. Now, I am not making this video from the other side saying I've mastered my perfectionism, because honestly, I think that perfectionism is one of those things that a lot of high achieving women struggle with. And the thought of making a video every single day would have scared the living crap out of me a couple of years back. I would have had so many excuses why I shouldn't be doing this. I would be saying that quality is better than quantity. I need more time to research. I need more time to edit, all of the excuses. But when I decided to say yes to this challenge, I realized that the best way to get over perfectionism is through it. It's just by taking action. The thing is, perfectionism is something that has been conditioned in all of us since we were kids. If you think about it, as young children, little girls are praised for being perfect, having the perfect handwriting, being a good girl, whilst boys, they are praised for trying. They're like, oh, it's messy, no worries, good try. But with girls, we're like, you have to be perfect. And I realized that a lot of this comes from conditioning, as a lot of us are raised in environments where for us to get attention, it is for us to be perfect. And what has come out of this is there are women who are essentially stopping themselves from seeing their true potential, stopping themselves from seeing the success that they know they are capable of, simply because they are waiting for everything to be perfect. They are waiting for the perfect conditions. They are waiting for everything to be right, rather than just putting it out there and trying. And so these videos that I'm creating, they are far from perfect. I am not fully editing them. I stumble on a lot of my words, and yet I'm producing and committed to publishing them every single day, because I'm treating it like exposure therapy. I know that me just putting out these videos, even though I know they are not perfect, it is also a way of calming my nervous system and telling my nervous system that everything's going to be okay. You're not going to die. Even if you produce videos that aren't perfect, even if it helps one person and one person listens to it, then I know that it's done its job. And so the interesting thing about perfectionism is we give it a disguise. I make a joke to my clients. I was just like, perfectionism is actually procrastination in a blazer. And I used to be so guilty of this. I would always call my perfectionism and treat it like a good thing. I would be like, yeah, I just have high standards. I want things done in a certain way. I have great attention to detail. But actually, it was just stopping me from doing the thing and executing. And in business, doing the thing and executing is actually how you're going to succeed, because you execute, you see what's wrong with this, you get the fast feedback, and then you do it again and do it again. You know, Alex Hormozi talks about this. He always talks about why feedback loops is one of the most important things that you can have as a business. You can design the most perfect product, course, program, whatever it is. But if you do not get direct feedback from other people, then it's always just perfect to you. And so I've had so much experience from this in like multiple settings. That's why now one of the things that my husband Tom and I call each other out on is done is better than perfect, because it will never be perfect unless we are actually getting feedback from other people. And so we release products. Like Tom is so good at this. He's going to develop something. He's also a full stack developer aside from running Hey Clients, our tech software. And he'll ship out a product and he'll tell everyone, he's like, hey, this is a work in progress. You know, let us know the bugs. Let us know how you're using it. Let us know if you're enjoying it. And we'll just ship it out there and get feedback and then make improvements, rather than spending months or weeks creating and saying, oh, I need to add this feature, I need to do this, I need to do this. He ships it out, gets feedback, then reiterates. And I've started applying this to so many things in my life. This theory of creating videos for the next 30 days, even if some of the videos get a tiny fraction of the views, what it's teaching me is, okay, people are enjoying this particular topic, and then I can double down on that, versus spending a lot of time planning things in my head, spending a lot of time trying to get things right. And what's interesting is perfectionism is something that I realize affects so many women. And I am meeting my shadows every single day when it comes to this. Just maybe 2 weeks ago, I hired this name called Gloria. You can search her here on YouTube, Gloria Atenamo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Glo. But she was actually the one who encouraged me to start this YouTube series. And I hired her to do a VIP content weekend, and we're working together on the launch of my book. And we were filming all these videos, and my God, my perfectionism was coming out in full force. I would be like, I want to do that video again. She'd be like, no. I'd be like, but I want to do that video again. I don't think I got it. And she's just like, you got it. Trust me. She's like, trust yourself. And I realized that there was a part of me who would do every single video over and over and over again until it was perfect. But that's not actually what's going to get me closer to my goal. And it was really interesting because as we were doing these videos, these shadows were coming out, and I was so freaking uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable, but I pushed through. And I was lucky that Glow was there to also push me and get me past the fact that it will never be perfect. And what I realized is, as I was lying in bed that night, I was thinking about these videos, and in my head, I already started rationalizing them. I was like, I'm not going to post all the videos. And, even if I get just like 10 videos out of it, then that'll be fine. And then I was lying in bed, and then I woke up the next day going, what are you doing? And I was like calling myself out. And I was just like, I was already talking myself out of posting these videos when I haven't even seen them. They were just recorded. I'm still waiting for the post-production, but I'm like, why am I talking myself out of it already? And then I realized that those videos are never going to be perfect. I was like, I'm going to post them and know that they are the very first version, because the Anna Rogers who is going to be creating content online for the next couple of years, for the next decade, will be speaking about these topics. We'll be speaking about what it means to play small, what it means to overcome scarcity, what it means to actually be a woman who has big, crazy dreams and going for them. I'm going to be speaking about this topic for the next decade of my life. And so those videos are the first step. And so I know that a year from now, I'm going to be looking back and watch those videos and be like, oh, cute. But because I started, because I tried, because I took the first step, I know that the only way to get better is by talking about it, by getting better at articulating these topics. I'm currently writing a book, and a huge part of me hid away the parts that I was writing this book in the very beginning. And then now I'm just like, I need to share this more with people. I need to talk about the topics. I need to get some chapters out, even though they are not perfect, because I know that this is the only way to get better. I know this is the only way to get feedback. And if I am constantly holding myself back, then that is a sure way to not see the success that I want. And so I want you to think back in your life. I want you to think back, when have you ever held back because of this need for perfectionism? And so if you want to get over perfectionism, you're not going to like this, but here are a few tips. Number one, just freaking do it. Just freaking do it. Know that it's never going to be perfect, and get that feedback loop fast. When I say just do it, like post the video, start the idea, hold yourself accountable, post something publicly and say, I'm going to be doing this, and hold yourself to public accountability. this is one of the best things that I've learned as an entrepreneur. It's hold yourself accountable to other people. And so when I started creating these YouTube videos, I put it out there. I'm like, I decided to do something crazy. I emailed my email list. I said, I'm committed to creating a video every single day for 30 days. Is it difficult? Hell yeah. I'm about to go on a 28-hour flight today, and we're traveling back to like Mexico from Asia. And because of the war that is happening, obviously we had to get creative and look for flights that is not passing through the Middle East. And so it is an exceptionally long flight, and I need to make videos. I need to get everything scheduled. And so I'm committed to doing this because I'm holding myself accountable. The second is done is better than perfect. I used to see those phrases and slogans, and I used to be like, that woman is just saying that because she doesn't have high standards. But I realized that things will never be perfect. It is better to produce something and get things out at 80% than spending another 2 weeks tweaking the 80% to the 100%, because it will never be 100%. You will always find something that is wrong, that you can make improvements, that you can tweak, because naturally we're humans, right? And so we want things to be shipped at a really high standard. But actually, there's a time and place for all of that. And the only way that you would get to the 100% is by getting feedback from other people. And so get it out there. And then the third is figure out where your perfectionism wounds are coming from. And I call them wounds because actually I used to see them as a trait, but they are not. They are wounds, because chances are your perfectionism has stemmed from something that happened in your childhood. You realized that you were getting praise and validation by being perfect, and therefore you hold yourself to this unrealistic standard rather than getting used to failure, rather than getting used to reiterating, rather than getting used to actually trying again and improving once it is out. And I realized that perfectionism is a way of protecting yourself because you do not want to be criticized. Maybe you have family members where their immediate reaction to things was to criticize you. And this is unintentional because they just grew up with the same thing. And so it is figuring out where this shit stems from and really diving deep to, is this still true? And then once you realize that perfectionism is actually not keeping you safe, but is actually stopping you from seeing the success that you know you are capable of. Like, I coach a lot of high performing women, and I know that perfectionism is something that is so common across the board. And I have a lot of my clients who ask me, who's like, what do you think is holding me back? And they think that the answer is found in another strategy. They think I'm going to say, hey, it's this strategy and you need this in your product suite. No. The most common response I have to that question is you. You are the only one who is holding yourself back because of your need to get things right, need to get things to be perfect before you put it out there, your desire to make sure that there is nothing wrong with whatever you are putting out. Like, those are the things that are holding you back rather than actually getting it out there, getting the feedback from other people. Do people like this topic? Do they respond well to it? How are my clients feeling? Like, there are so many valuable talking points to getting feedback and reiterating over and over again. If you're someone who has struggled with perfectionism, try those 3 things. Try to get to the root cause and see if it's still actually true, and try to rewrite that belief. Like, one of the videos that I'm going to be creating is how to rewrite this belief around perfectionism. That's going to be a huge one. And then second is, done is better than perfect. Ship things out before it is ready. And then the first one is really, really understanding that perfectionism is hurting you. And if you truly understand that, then you are more likely to just keep taking action. A lot of people think that for you to feel confident, like, I'm going to make my YouTube videos once I feel confident. But confidence is not something that I will cultivate by planning the perfect video. Confidence is only going to come through action. Once I have done my 100th video, then I'll be like, yeah, I'm a lot more confident because I learned what works and what's not, and I can produce these videos fast. But I know that right now I am not going to be 100% confident unless I just keep trying, unless I just keep putting things out there. So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment below if perfectionism is something that you've struggled with. What are the things that have helped you? I'm Anna Rogers. I'm committed to creating these videos every single day, documenting the things that I am navigating as a 38-year-old who is committed towards creating an extraordinary life and committed towards having these big ass dreams and documenting the process of achieving them. See you in the next video.